Leo, a bright-eyed 12-year-old with a mop of unruly brown hair, hunched over his laptop, a determined furrow in his brow. His dream wasn't to be an astronaut or a footballer. Leo wanted to be a YouTube star. He'd seen the dazzling lights of online fame, the adoring comments, the millions of views, and he craved that connection, that impact. He'd been uploading videos for months, gaming walkthroughs, funny skits with his pet hamster, Mr. Nibbles, even attempts at stop-motion animation with his Lego collection. But his view counts remained stubbornly low, stuck in the double digits, sometimes even dipping into single. He knew he needed to understand how YouTube worked, how to get his videos seen. He typed furiously into the search bar, how to get YouTube views fast, YouTube algorithm secrets, become YouTube famous. He clicked through countless articles and videos, a whirlwind of tips and tricks swirling around him. Optimize your titles, use the right tags, engage with your audience. He understood the words, but the underlying logic eluded him. It was like trying to assemble a complex machine without the instruction manual. He slammed his laptop shut in frustration, the glow of the screen reflecting in his wide, worried eyes. It's impossible, he muttered. There's got to be a secret formula, an equation to YouTube success. He thought, and started to make research with his computer. He has a clear intent in his mind, finding the equation for the #1 position on YouTube, and that will be the key of his success. But there are too many complicated answers on internet.
Mom, how do you really get famous on YouTube? I've tried everything.
His mom, a software engineer with a practical mind, entered the kitchen. She listened patiently as Leo poured out his frustrations, his voice cracking with the intensity of his desire.
Well, Leo, it's not just about tricks. It's about understanding what people want to see and also figuring out where you can fit in. It's like finding the right ingredients for a perfect recipe.
But how do I find those ingredients?
It looks like a question a toddler could answer, but it's clearly the intellectual equivalent of climbing Mount Everest in flip-flops for him.
There's a new place in town, the Bangsayan AI Studio. They say it has the smartest AI in the region. Maybe they can help you understand the underlying principles, the equation, as you call it.
The next day, Leo found himself standing before a sleek, modern building with the words, Bangsang AI Studio, emblazoned above the entrance. He felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. Could this AI really hold the key to his YouTube dreams? He stepped inside, the air cool and quiet. A friendly receptionist directed him to a large, interactive screen. Just type in your question, she said. Leo took a deep breath and typed, what is the equation for ranking #1 on YouTube? The screen whirred, lights blinked, and then, in clear, concise text, the answer appeared. Below the equation, a detailed explanation unfolded, almost mirroring the conversation we had. It explained, viewer's intent. The AI described how crucial it was to understand why someone was searching for a particular keyword. It talked about informational, tutorial, review, and entertainment intents, emphasizing the need to completely satisfy the viewer's needs. It stressed clarity, engagement, and thoroughness. Ranking opportunity. The AI explained the importance of finding keywords with a balance of search volume and competition. It talked about long-tail keywords, channel authority, and the need to assess the existing videos already ranking. It broke down how to evaluate a video's engagement, recency, and optimization. It showed that these two things were not separated, and that you must to take into account both. Leo's eyes widened as he read. It was all there, laid out in a simple, elegant equation. It wasn't magic, it was logic. It was about understanding people and understanding the platform. It was about combining data analysis with creative thinking. He finally understood. He left the Bangsang AI Studio, not with a list of quick fixes, but with a profound shift in his understanding. The equation, rank #1 equals viewers' intent plus ranking opportunity, wasn't just a formula, it was a lens through which to view his entire YouTube strategy. He felt a surge of genuine excitement, a purpose that went beyond just chasing views. He knew he had a lot of work ahead, researching keywords, analyzing competitors, and most importantly, deeply understanding what audiences were truly searching for. He wasn't going back to his computer to blindly apply tips and tricks, he was going back to build. He would build videos grounded in solid data, fueled by creative ideas, and precisely targeted to meet the needs of a specific audience. He envisioned a spreadsheet filled with potential keywords, each analyzed for its intent and competitive landscape. He imagined crafting compelling stories, tutorials, or entertainment, whatever best served the viewer. He would no longer be throwing darts in the dark, He would be a strategist, an architect of his own YouTube channel, carefully constructing each video with a clear purpose and a realistic path to visibility. This wasn't just about becoming famous, it was about building something valuable and meaningful in the vast, ever-evolving landscape of YouTube. Leo paced his room, the glow of his laptop screen illuminating his determined face. The success of his first video had lit a fire in him, but he knew it was just the first step. He was ready to take on the real challenge, the global war for YouTube dominance, specifically, conquering the keyword YouTube SEO. But before he could charge into battle, he needed intel. He needed to understand the battlefield itself. He opened his notebook and, remembering a lesson from a science class about visualizing data, drew a large 2x2 matrix. He labeled the horizontal axis, competition, dividing it into low, medium, and high sections. The vertical axis became search volume, similarly divided. He stared at the blank grid. This, he realized, was the key. The ideal keyword would be in the top left quadrant, high search volume, low competition, the winner zone, as he mentally labeled it. The top right, high volume but high competition, was the challenging zone, a brutal battlefield for established giants. The bottom two quadrants were practically wastelands, offering little reward for the effort. He began to research, starting with the free tools his mom had mentioned, YouTube's autocomplete, Google Keyword Planner, the free versions of TubeBuddy and vidIQ in Google Trends. He typed in YouTube SEO, his ultimate target. He meticulously gathered data, noting the suggested related keywords, the estimated search volumes, and the initial competition scores. Then, taking a deep breath, he began to plot his findings on his hand-drawn matrix. As the data coalesced, a clear picture emerged. The YouTube SEO keyword, represented by a bold dot, landed squarely in the high search volume, medium competition section. He created this chart in his notebook.
That's where the paid tools come in, and where you need to get really strategic. Use the tools, Leo. TubeBuddy and vidIQ especially can help you analyze competitors quickly, but also watch their videos, understand what they're doing well, and where there might be gaps you can fill. These are what I call the wasteland. Lots of YouTubers, especially when they're starting out, accidentally end up here. They choose keywords that no one is searching for, or keywords where the competition is so fierce, but the audience is so small that it's almost impossible to get noticed. It's like planting seeds in barren soil. You'll put in a lot of effort, but you won't see any growth. Many YouTubers fail because of working on this area.
Leo stared at the matrix, a new understanding dawning on him. The bottom two quadrants, wasteland, now seemed ominous. He suddenly understood why so many of his earlier video attempts had failed. He'd been unknowingly working in the wasteland, choosing topics that either no one cared about or where he had absolutely no chance of competing. He grimly opens his older videos analytics. The keyword he targeted previously fall into the wasteland. It's no wonder that those videos have no views. The YouTube SEO is not the case. Medium competition meant it wouldn't be easy, but it wasn't impossible. The high search volume confirmed that it was a battle worth fighting. A smile spread across his face. This was the kind of challenge he relished. He was no longer a lone warrior with a wooden sword. He was becoming a general, armed with the knowledge, the tools, and the strategy, now visually represented in his hand-drawn matrix, to wage a successful campaign. He opened his laptop, ready to dive deeper into the world of long-tail keywords and competitor analysis. The global war for YouTube SEO was about to begin, and Leo, armed with his newfound understanding, was ready to fight, strategically, intelligently, and with a burning passion to conquer the algorithm. He is willing to do his best. He is confident to win some battles.
Remember this? My epic Lego space battle? Yeah, not exactly a viral sensation. Back then, I was basically throwing darts in the dark, hoping something would stick. I didn't understand keywords, competition, or anything about the YouTube algorithm. I was deep in the wasteland. But you know what? I don't regret making these videos. Sure, they flopped in terms of views. But I learned so much. I figured out how to use stop-motion software, how to edit audio, how to tell a story, even if it was a story only a handful of people saw. The Bangsayan AI and my mom helped me understand why those videos didn't work. Wrong keywords, wrong audience, wrong everything, basically. I was lost in the wasteland. But that's okay. Because every mistake is a lesson, right? Now, I'm fighting a different battle. YouTube SEO. It's a tough one, a long game. But I'm not just throwing darts anymore. I'm planning, strategizing, and I'm actually enjoying the challenge.
The next day, Leo found himself discussing his progress with his mom over breakfast. He admitted that while he understood the importance of keyword research and the equation for ranking, he sometimes felt overwhelmed by the sheer number of videos already covering YouTube SEO. He needed something more than just data. His mom, ever insightful, pointed out that the missing ingredient was Leo's own passion. She reminded him that while strategy was crucial, it was his genuine enthusiasm for creating that would ultimately fuel his persistence and make his videos stand out. She emphasized that his earlier, Wasteland, videos, though unsuccessful in terms of views, had been vital stepping stones in developing his skills.
That's your passion, Leo. And that's your most powerful weapon. Data and strategy are essential, but passion is what fuels you. It's what makes your videos unique, what connects you with your audience. Don't ever lose that.
That conversation sparked a renewed sense of purpose in Leo. He realized that his support system, his mom and the resources at the Bangsang AI studio were invaluable. He briefly visited the AI, not for a specific answer, but for a moment of reflection. The AI's simple message, passion is the key to sustained effort. Keep exploring, resonated deeply. Returning home, Leo didn't immediately dive back into keyword research. Instead, he opened a fresh page in his notebook and began brainstorming video ideas driven purely by his interests. He jotted down concepts for Lego time lapses, science experiments, gaming challenges, and even humorous skits featuring his hamster, Mr. Nibbles, who, thankfully, had been spared from being the focus of a Wasteland video this time. He was thinking beyond the immediate YouTube SEO battle, recognizing that his passion would lead him to explore many different avenues. Leo then began working on his next YouTube SEO video, but this time, he approached it with a different energy. He wasn't just following a formula, he was actively trying to infuse his personality and genuine enthusiasm into the content. He understood that while the strategic elements were important, it was his passion that would ultimately connect with viewer. He knew the journey would be long and challenging, but he was ready, armed with knowledge, a growing skill set, and, most importantly, a burning desire to create. He was a young warrior, fueled by passion, ready to take the next step in his quest, with an awareness of winning some battles and losing some. The algorithm may be complicated, but some basic principles always work.